Hey, Dental Nachos crew, it is Paul, Dr. Nacho, and I want to share with you that my life is surrounded by awesome women. In my house lives 3 women. In my dental office, lots of women. In my Nacho life, lots of women. And you know who I feel bad for? I feel bad for them for having to deal with me. I'm a bit of a handful, a tornado, and that is why I'm so glad to have the awesome Keira Dent here to share with us what she's doing to help all the women in your dentisting life get virtual CE, figure out how to de-stressify their life, run a great team meeting, be accountable. So thanks for being here again, Keira. Share with us what you guys have going on. We're excited to learn.
Oh, Paul, thank you so much. Yes, I am so happy to be here. And, Summer Casma and I, we put together Women Dentist Connect. And that was a place because we realized, I'll be honest, as a female, sometimes I'm kind of scared to speak out at CE. Sometimes I just want to hear if other women are in my same boat or if I'm on my own crazy island. And in the dental A team, we help dentists. Paul, you do the same thing. Like you have your incredible nachos group to help people realize they're not on their isolated island. And
Sure.
so Summer and I realized there was a common theme with the women we were working with, whether it was dentists or team members or even doctors saying, I don't even like a lot of our male doctors saying, I don't even know how to, I don't understand their world. Keira, can you and Summer do something about this? So Summer and I built Women Dentist Connect, where all women working in dentistry in any way. So even if you're a spouse of a dentist, if
Awesome.
you're like any female that's remotely associated with dentistry, we put on an event to empower women, to inspire women, but also Summer and I, if you know anything about Summer and I, it is that we do tactical, practical, like
Yes.
we get down to business. So we want to make
Well,
your lives
I will
easy.
share a real world example. I was driving to work with my brother, and he said we have to do more of what Keira Dent says, how we can instead of no, we can. And sometimes we all just need reminders in our life. So, what bothers me, Keira, in being a dental practitioner for 15 years, being a dentist, is that we polarize everything's great or everything's terrible. It's usually in this middle ground where we have chronic annoyances, episodes of awesomeness, good things going on. But when you can't see outside your own box, it's hard to fix those problems, whether it's your family or your office. So I think it's great that you're bringing people together, bonding them together. I think you should just call it a huge focused breakout session. When I go to the dental
Yes.
success summit, everyone likes breakout sessions. Go over here if you want to learn about money management. Go over here, and this is a challenge. And I've talked about this way pre-pandemic. I've talked about this, and I know this is not just for moms, and I know it's not just for spouses. And I know it's not just for practice owners, but there's things that happen in a practice. If the associate dentist is going to go on maternity leave, we have to deal with that, right? And how do we deal with
Hmm.
that? If one of the front desk team members has to be home with a child now, how do we deal with that, right? And
Hmm.
the women that really can be the glue of our dental practices can be under a lot of stress. So what do you and Summer do during this 2-day event, which is November 13th and 14th? I also want to share up front, I know my dental people, you know them, they love a deal, Keira, very
They do.
into a deal. They love a coupon. So you'll get a coupon if you text Keira 215-543-6454. Ariel's going to drop this in the chat, but walk me through what's going to happen at this event.
Absolutely. Um, and again, Paul, I think it's very interesting. I'm not going to go somewhere where I can't speak authentically. So I'm not going to speak about what it's like to be a mom because I don't have children, and Summer does. I'm not going to speak about what it's like to be a male doctor with I don't ever talk about being a dentist because that's not my zone. And so with this, we're going to talk about what it's like to be a female in the dental world. But like more than that, Summer and I want to do work-life balance integration, utilizing a personal assistant and an executive team,
Love that.
how to run super effective meetings. And what I love about this is so many people have told me, like, I just went to 12 offices in the last month, Paul. Like, I'm back on the road traveling
Yeah.
again. And something I found is there's kind of been this low grade stress that I think all of us have been feeling for several months, right? We all feel that. And so, what I'm super jazzed is in the past, we've had to do CE where you fly into it. And guess what? Like, thank you, 2020. We have to pivot and change. So,
Yeah.
I am so excited that because Summer and I get to do this November 13th and 14th virtually, but your whole team can be involved. Like, male docs, we will not shun you. Like, you are welcome to come as well. Yes, it is geared to females. Yes, we will talk about what it's like to be a mom. But also, I'm not a mom, so I'm going to talk about what it's just like to be a female. Um, but what I love is your whole team can get ramped up. You can get unified together. It is going to be jam packed. And Summer and I are going to break it down of like, why are you even doing this? What's your reasoning behind? Because if you can figure that out, then you can have super effective meetings. You can have an accountable team. And so I'm just excited to have these 2 days, bringing the energy, bringing the fun, bringing that like cohesive bonding with tactical, practical tools that your whole team can just sink into. Because I know, and Paul, you know, so many doctors, so many practice owners, so many office managers go to an event, they get hyped up on life, and then they try and bring it back to the office. And it's so hard to do.
But
And
it's
we're
too much change
bringing
too
it to you.
soon. This happens, I started going to the gym more often. You can't do too much change too soon. It has to be a little bit better, equals a lot better dance life, and then rely on these tactics in the heat of battle and game playing. And one of the things I want to share, you brought up some good points, is the office is like a Mr. Rogers neighborhood, which I think of Dental Nachos. There's all different people at different ages or stages. So, you don't have to be a mom to be affected by mom issues in the office. You don't have to be a spouse to be affected by spouse issues. You don't have to be a single person to be affected by single person issues. So there's so many things that we have to bond together and learn about. I mean, people, when they have young kids, it's different when their kids are in college. Sometimes people can manage working remotely if their kids are teenagers. And I think these are the things that what we need to talk about more, because no matter what happens with this pandemic here, and you just said it best, some of this is going to stick around for a long time, the impact on our industry. So we're going to need to figure out a way to do that. The one thing that excited me, and I'm glad some of my team's going to be there, because I, Keira, probably not surprisingly, have run many a team meeting. Some of I've done with checklists, some I've done with trying to be funny, but I've been the person standing up in front of whiteboards many times in front of my team, and it's not an easy job. And sometimes when you say we're having a team meeting, you only can get people there with free pizza. So tell us how we can make these better, because I'm interested.
Yes, I agree with you, Paul. Like when I was an office manager running my practices, I dreaded team meeting day because I'm like, I don't know what to talk about. And I'm going to get the eye roll, or I'm going to get people fighting like beta fish in a tank. And I don't know what's happening, or I'm just going to be lecturing. And so we're going to bring that in of like, how do you actually do it? How do you keep people on track? How do you get them to have buy-in? And so we're actually going to dive through, like, there's a really simple process of how to do it. And there's lots of different meetings in the practice. There's morning huddle, there's like one-on-one check-ins with team members, there's your weekly or your monthly or your quarterly. So Summer and I are actually some of Summer's team members. We did it last year, and this was probably one of the highlights of last year. We're actually going to do a live demo of what this looks like in a team setting. So Summer's team will also be there. And so we're going to show you guys, and then we're going to have each team practice it, because I love when we coach offices, because you don't just sit there passively listening. We actively get you to engage, which is why I'm excited. The whole team's going to be there. So like, hey, here's the process of how to run a meeting. Let's have you practice and implement a part of this. So that's how we're actually going to run this down, of how do you do effective one-on-ones? How do you run an effective weekly meeting? And there's literally, and I pull a lot of it from Traction by Gina Wickman, Get a Grip on Your Business. And I found that we run that in our consulting team. Offices are running it, and it's just so effective. And you never have to make up what to talk about, because it's literally fed to you of the true issues. You dive to the meat and the heart of it, and then you solve it forever. There's no blame.
It's such a critical part. I mean, this is the game you're going to be playing running a dental office. Even someone like me and Mark, who I don't do as much clinical dentistry, I'm still there. I still know exactly what it feels like. I'm still responsible for my patients and my team. And it's even harder because sometimes you're not there all the time. But when you put these systems in place, you put them in for everyone's morale. I mean, I want people to come to the office. We can't prevent if a lab case doesn't come on time. We can't prevent someone, having an issue and can't get into the office. But I call them we do a lot of self-inflicted injuries, right? We limit our self-inflicted injuries by training behind the scenes what you're doing. So Friday, November 13th, Saturday, November 14th, they're going to get CE for the team. You can text Keira to 215-543-6454 to get a Nacho TLC discount coupon. We'll share this out. What is the website for the event? Just so you could share this for the video, or website to get in contact with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Just pop on over to womendentistconnect.com. You have all the information there. Nachos, like on there right now, we have a 50% off of all the ticket pricing. We have it listed, like you can get an individual CE, or you can actually get your whole team to get, there's like a group team one, but text that number, because we did an even better Nachos deal, awesome, because it's the Nacho crew.
A coupon inside the coupon. That is Dennis' favorite thing.
Coupon inside the coupon.
Yeah, that's only better. A bite wing inside the bite wing. And what I want to share is, these are the things that it's easy to skip these things, but you're glad when you did them. You get advice from someone else. I mean, you've met my awesome sister. I have my own daughter. And what if I could say, eat your carrots? She ignores me. My sister comes by and says, can you eat them for Aunt Jill? She eats them. And that's just life. You know, get your team to see Summer and Keira a different voice in a different way. You know, some people, I don't know, I think sometimes just my face, Keira, people don't want to listen to my face, but someone else with a different face could say the same thing. And that's just part of life. It happens with friends. It happens with spouses. It happens with siblings. So get outside of your box. On your couch, you can be on your couch doing this,
Yes.
learning from you guys. And I also have a special offer. When you run that meeting live, I want you to bring in Mrs. Nacho and me, and I will give it a new idea, and she will roll her eyes so hard, it'll look like she'll sprain them. And see, do you ever get that? So we can stand in for the eye roll if you need.
I appreciate that so much. And Paul, when you were just saying that, it reminded me like something I love that Summer and I are going to bring to the table. Summer's a dentist. She's a mom. She's a wife. I'm a team member and I coach teams. And so you're going to get two different angles and those two different perspectives of what is it like to be on the dentist side and what is it like to be on the team member side. So Paul, you're exactly right. I am so jazzed and I truly appreciate you. I know you, I love that you say like, I'm not a female. I don't even know how, like, I don't know what you deal with or what you live in. And so I just appreciate you supporting us and promoting us. And you guys truly, if you know any female that's connected to the dental world, this is the event to send them to. It'll boost you.
Whole community. I mean, this comes a lot from, I mean, you are a seasoned speaker. I've tried to really hard to bring more females like Dr. Desiree Yazdan and awesome people, Lonnie Grass and you, because from my early days, well before Dr. Nacho, I'd be at a dental school and I'd be giving a lecture on patient communication. And there'd be this nice female dental student who said, will you come speak to our female dentist society? And I say, you know, I'm a 30-year-old man, right? And they go, you can try. And I said, I can't try because when you want to learn about stuff that affects this part of you, right? This specific part of you, you want to hear from people who are doing it. And oftentimes, just like with awesome stuff Mark does, if you want to own 8 practices and you own 1 practice, listen to somebody who owns 8 practices, right? If you're an associate dentist, you want to own, and that's how this circle of dentisting life works. And I just am so glad that you guys are doing this. Nacho community, reach out to them. My team went last year. They loved it. Part of my team's going this year. They're going to love it. Anything else you want to add before we jump off, Keira?
Gosh, Paul, I just appreciate you so much. And you said Desiree Yazdan, so I didn't want to miss out on. We do have an incredible speaker lineup. So Dr. Mark Costas will be he's going to be our only male speaker. Again, male docs, if you want to join in, hello, it's virtual. We're not kicking you out. Like it's a very easy way to attend this. So don't worry, you're welcome as well. We have Dr. Amanda Wilson. She's going to be talking about ortho and how to implement that into your practice. Dr. Erin Elliott for sleep apnea.
That's awesome.
We have Dr. Desiree Yazdan. Thank you, Paul. She's one of my dearest friends. I adore her. She's going to talk about how to grow your business through marketing and social media. And then we have Dr. Gina Dorfman as well, who owns and runs Yappy. And the reason Summer and I picked those people is because they're successful females who run successful businesses, who are also moms that are dealing with the very similar things that everyone else is dealing with. So we're super excited to bring them in. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a rapid fire question for them to find out, you know, what is their best way that they work with their teams? How do they build their big wigs? How do they find their purpose? So I really think people are going to learn. I know you're just going to walk away like jazzed, ramped up, ready to take on Q4.
And look, you got to meet Desiree face-to-face in Philadelphia. And that's what we have to get back to, a hybrid way, learning virtually, seeing each other in person, bonding online, also bonding in person. Well, thanks for being you, Keira. Really
Thank you, Paul.
And sign up one last time here. Text Keira to 215-543-6454 to get a Nacho TLC coupon, and Ariel will see everything in the comments. Thanks so much, Keira.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.